Christians across the national territory today celebrate the ascension of Jesus Christ to heaven. Meanwhile, the National Armed Forces of Cameroon has opened its doors to the general public ahead of the 20th May celebration in the country. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's midday on Équinoxe Television, and you're welcome to the Bilingual Newscast. The first part is in the French language with you, Christine Babanda. Good afternoon.
Good day, Malagloui. 40 jours après la Pâque, les chrétiens célèbrent le jeudi de l'Ascension, une célébration qui symbolise la montée de Jésus-Christ au ciel après sa résurrection. Madame, monsieur, bonjour et bienvenue dans votre 12h bilingue. Dans l'actualité nationale de ce jeudi midi, des combattants séparatistes rendent les armes après plusieurs années de guerre. Les trois faux généraux qui semaient la terreur d'ailleurs dans le département du Ndiang font partie de ce groupe terroriste. Plus de précisions dans ce reportage que signe Ulrich Ngonomala.
3 généraux des combattants séparatistes anglophones dans le département du Ndiang déposent les armes. Parmi ces sécessionnistes, Dibo David, alias Général Baron, qui terrorisait le village Ilo.
J'ai saisi cette occasion pour remercier le maire de Mundemba. Je l'ai contacté via son compte Facebook pour trouver un terrain d'entente et arrêter cette guerre qui a assez duré. Il m'a demandé si nous sommes sûrs de nous. J'ai dit oui.
Le préfet du Ndiang, dans le sud-ouest du pays, se réjouit de cet acte courageux et appelle les autres combattants à cesser le feu.
J'aimerais m'adresser à d'autres qui sont encore dans les brousses, de sortir de là et de venir participer au projet de reconstruction de la localité.
Cette réconciliation entre l'administration et les combattants séparatistes anglophones a été assurée par les éléments de forces de défense et de sécurité présents dans la localité de Mundemba.
Et en santé, coup de projecteur sur l'hypertension artérielle, un tueur silencieux qui ne cesse de décimer de nombreux Camerounais. Si les habitudes alimentaires sont à blâmer, un diagnostic ou alors un dépistage précoce peut prévenir cette maladie. Claude Ekwa et Nadine Yambou nous en disent plus.
Sur les plus de 150 personnes dépistées en 2 jours sur l'hypertension artérielle à l'hôpital général de Douala, 40 nouveaux cas ont été diagnostiqués. De quoi inquiéter les médecins sur la courbe sans cesse croissante de la maladie au Cameroun.
L'urbanisation fait en sorte également que on fait pas assez d'activité physique, on prend beaucoup de calories, il y a des facteurs de risque également qui sont inhérents à l'hérédité familiale. Et tout cela fait en sorte que nous devenons hypertendus sans vraiment le savoir. C'est pour ça qu'on parle d'un tueur silencieux.
Dans cette vague de patients, de nombreux hypertendus. Ils se sont prêtés à l'exercice du dépistage de circonstances pour contrôler leur tension artérielle, connaître le taux de glycémie et faire un examen d'urine.
Ma tension est régulièrement haute et je voulais voir exactement à quel niveau je suis. Désormais, je vais modifier mon style alimentaire, moins de sel.
Plus tôt l'hypertension artérielle est dépistée, meilleure est la prise en charge. C'est le cri de cœur des cardiologues au regard des complications souvent observées dans les structures sanitaires.
C'est des complications chroniques qui sont irréversibles, qui alourdissent la prise en charge du patient, qui amoindrissent sa qualité de vie et qui également ont un coût économique extrêmement important.
Ça peut être un accident vasculaire cérébral, ça peut être une insuffisance cardiaque. Parce qu'aujourd'hui, un patient qui sait qu'il est hypertendu pourra être pris en charge plus rapidement avant l'installation des complications qui sont évitables pour la plupart.
Cette autre célébration de la Journée mondiale de lutte contre l'hypertension artérielle est l'occasion pour les praticiens de la médecine de faire le point sur la prise en charge et d'explorer les nouveaux moyens de traitement, d'où le symposium organisé à l'hôpital La Quintini de Douala.
On a environ 100 cardiologues dans le Cameroun. Donc, ceux qui sont au devant de la scène dans la prise en charge de l'hypertension artérielle sont les médecins généralistes. C'est l'occasion de revoir les recommandations et améliorer leur prise en charge des patients hypertendus.
Et l'un des piliers de la prévention de l'hypertension artérielle, repose sur le changement des habitudes alimentaires et la pratique de l'exercice physique. Faire surtout attention si l'on est dans une famille des hypertendus.
Place à présent à nos partenaires. Santa Lucia, géant de la distribution au Cameroun, revoit ses prix à la baisse. À travers cette campagne, l'entreprise entend ainsi lutter contre la vie chère. Reportage.
L'appel du gouvernement camerounais relatif à la lutte contre la vie chère a été entendu par les opérateurs économiques. Dans toutes les grandes surfaces du supermarché Santa Lucia, un processus de stabilisation des prix est en cours. Durant 100 jours, l'entreprise s'est engagée à bloquer les prix d'une centaine de produits, notamment de première nécessité.
Sous l'impulsion du ministre du Commerce, Santa Lucia a décidé donc de bloquer les prix. C'est une campagne qui va se faire sur 100 jours pratiquement. Et nous avons pratiquement bloqué plus d'une centaine de produits. Donc dans tous nos espaces à Yaoundé et à Douala, nous avons appliqué ce concept prix bloqué en partenariat avec le ministère du Commerce. Et nous pensons que durant 100 jours, les populations vont trouver leur compte. Pratiquement dans les farines, de riz, tout ce qui est made in Cameroun, le janson, du chocolat made in Cameroun. Il y a bien de produits qui sont mis à disposition. Nous pensons que ces populations ne seront pas déçues en allant à Santa Lucia.
Santa Lucia n'entend pas s'arrêter en si bon chemin. L'entreprise procédera au-delà de cette période à une baisse des prix.
Après les 100 jours, la vie chère ne va pas continuer. L'objectif ici, c'est de baisser. Parce qu'à défaut de bloquer, il faut baisser pour soulager les populations. Parce que si on baisse et après on fait remonter, on n'aura pas atteint l'objectif. Notre objectif, après 100 jours, c'est de passer à la baisse et stabiliser pour que les populations puissent trouver davantage leur compte en venant à Santa Lucia à réaliser leurs emplettes.
Ce processus de stabilisation et de baisse des prix est la matérialisation de la vision patriote de la société Santa Lucia.
Santa Lucia se veut une entreprise citoyenne, une entreprise patriotique. Le patriotisme est un devoir civique, est un devoir moral. Aujourd'hui, Santa Lucia donne en réduisant non seulement ses marges, mais en favorisant la productivité locale.
Ces efforts de lutte contre la vie chère sont d'ailleurs salués par le gouvernement.
Nous avons commencé ce matin notre tournée. Il y a des efforts qui ont été faits sur beaucoup de produits, les produits essentiels. C'est-à-dire que l'opération aujourd'hui, c'est de dire le minimum qu'on doit faire, c'est de bloquer les prix. Bloquer signifie qu'on n'augmente plus. Mais bloquer ne signifie pas qu'on ne baisse pas. Donc je dis les prix, l'augmentation, c'est fini. L'augmentation des prix, c'est terminé. Maintenant, nous sommes dans la phase de la baisse des prix. Que ce soit clair et que chacun le comprenne.
Ces efforts de baisse et de stabilisation des prix confortent le complexe Santa Lucia dans sa position de leader de la distribution au Cameroun.
L'augmentation, c'est fini.
Alors que Santa Lucia revoit les prix à la baisse, Orange Cameroun bouge les lignes après les plaintes de ses abonnés. Pour répondre aux besoins des Camerounais en Internet illimité, abordable et stable, le directeur général de Orange Cameroun présente sa box Infinity Home. Reportage.
Mesdames et messieurs, bonjour. Aujourd'hui marque un grand jour pour Orange Cameroun et ses clients qui vont rentrer dans une nouvelle dimension, celle de la connectivité à l'infini. C'est un pas de plus pour Orange et un bond de géant pour l'expérience digitale au Cameroun. Nous vous avons écouté et nous vous avons compris. Notamment, nous avons compris vos besoins de connexion Internet stable, abordable et surtout illimité pour vos domiciles et vos entreprises. C'est donc ces besoins fondamentaux que nous allons adresser avec notre nouvelle offre. After having contributed to the development of Internet, the telephony and payment services in Cameroon, after being fully committed to support startups and young entrepreneurs to capitalize on technology to develop their talents and their businesses, after having built innovation centers across Cameroon, today we are proud to bring you the Unlimited through the Infinity Box, which will give you access to an unlimited universe of possibilities. À la maison, avec la Box Infinity Home, vous allez profiter d'un débit de qualité, stable et illimité qui va vous permettre de lire des vidéos, de suivre des cours en ligne et d'accéder aux services innovants tels que les maisons connectées. In the office, thanks to the Infinity Business Box, you will have access to video conference meetings, to cloud services, and to sending and receiving EV files, and to many other professional solutions that will improve the performance of your business. Chers clients, la lutte contre la vie chère est l'une de nos priorités. Nous avons donc décidé de rendre cette offre illimitée vraiment abordable, avec des prix d'abonnement mensuels qui commencent à partir de 14 900 francs CFA. Cette offre ne sera disponible dans un premier temps qu'à Yaoundé et à Douala. Aussi, pour garantir une bonne qualité de service, nous limitons le nombre de box vendues par quartier. Je vous invite donc à être parmi les premiers à souscrire à cette offre afin de bénéficier de l'innovation. Mesdames et messieurs, le monde avance. Les possibilités et les opportunités sont sans limite. Et Orange est votre partenaire de confiance qui vous donne les clés pour entrer dans un monde numérique responsable. Je vous demande donc de nous rejoindre pour profiter pleinement de ce monde sans limite et conduire vos activités à la vitesse supérieure.
La nouvelle offre en Internet illimitée de Orange Cameroun met un terme à la première partie de votre journal. La seconde partie en langue anglaise est avec vous, Mala Glory. Once more, good day.
Good day to you, Christine Babanda. Ladies and gentlemen, good day, and thanks for joining us for the second segment of the news. The Tico, a recent release from the Tico Football Club, recounts the circumstance leading to the death of their former player Zenge in Tico Southwest region of Cameroon DC. He was involved in a fight with Alain Georges, who is the founder or who is the defender of the Tico United. Details with Esia Lucilengo in the following report.
Family members and friends of Zenge, former player of Tico United Football Club, are still in shock after the death of their son. According to a release published by Tico United Football Club, Zenge was involved in a scuffle in the early hours of Monday, 15th of May, 2023, with Alain Georges, a defender of same club. Unfortunately, the scuffle accidentally resulted to serious injuries and subsequent death of Zenge.
The boy was seriously bleeding because he was having wounds in his chest, under the stomach here, under the navel, and beside the stomach. So the boy was seriously injured and he was bleeding too much. That is what I saw. From there, one boy, we called him Dangote, came and take the boy that was injured and put on an Okada and carry him along.
After the fight, Zenge is said to have been abandoned until the arrival of his neighbor.
When they called me that they have stabbed my neighbor, so I came here to see what is going on. So when I come, I meet the population outside standing. Nobody is there to rescue him. So I climbed to the building to rescue him.
His neighbor equally recounts how he was taken to the hospital for medical attention.
When I went to the hospital, the doctor told me that I will buy 6 pair of clothes. So I move money and I buy the clothes. So when they say that I should find the money to an ambulance, I say no problem. Let me go to my house to receive money. They say no. He has a family. I say yes. I should call his family members to come. So when I call his family members to come, they come.
The Tico United FC Club in the release condemned all acts of physical violence that may have resulted to the untimely death of Zenge, while extending its deepest apologies and condolences to the family of the bereaved. The Tico United FC Club reassures its fans and population that investigations have been launched.
Away from that, experts are raising concern about the rise in the cases of hypertension in Cameroon, with a prevalence rate of 28%. Cardiologists say a poor lifestyle and late diagnosis account for the rise. And in a symposium organized at the Douala General Hospital, cardiologists discussed on the different measures put in place on how to limit the complications that may occur due to this condition. Immaculate Fogwe has the details.
Out of the 150 persons screened for hypertension within 2 days at the Douala General Hospital, 40 persons have been declared hypertensive, a situation which is worrying cardiologists in the city of Douala.
High blood pressure is a condition which can evolve without any symptoms, and the problem with high blood pressure, we call it a silent killer. After many years of evolution, it can lead to serious complications, generally, which are chronic complications, which are very difficult to take care of. And to avoid all this situation, it's very important to take the blood pressure generally after 35-40 years of old for everyone, at least once a year.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure can lead to complications including heart attack or stroke. Cardiologists say early diagnosis can go a long way to avoid severe complications.
Hypertension generally doesn't have a single cause. It's a mixture of many factors. The first factor we can say it's heredity. Generally, people become hypertensive when there are other relatives in the family who have hypertension, and there's also the lifestyle. If you have a sedentary lifestyle, if we don't eat well, if we have obesity, all these factors combined together can lead to hypertension.
The few patients diagnosed with hypertension have promised to respect the doctor's instructions for their well-being. My pressure is really high, so as from now I will regulate my salt and sugar intake. I am happy I came for the screening.
We have to do physical activity regularly. We have to reduce our weight to not be obese, and we have also to eat well, equilibrated, to avoid excess of fat in our food, avoid smoking. This is the basis of the treatment of hypertension. And with all these lifestyle modifications, we can also add medication to better manage high blood.
Commemorating World Hypertension Day, cardiologists during a symposium organized by the Douala General Hospital brainstormed on new treatment options that can go a long way to address the problem of high rates of hypertension in Cameroon.
Still in health, the Minister of Public Health says the measles are still increasing at an alarming rate in Cameroon, with over 100 health districts already affected and 18 deaths. Speaking to a medical doctor in Douala, Dr. Anya Glory Bifeke, she highlighted some reasons why cases of measles are on the rise in Cameroon and the dangers of unvaccinated children. Immaculate Fogwe has the details.
Statistics published by the Ministry of Public Health, of the 200 health districts in Cameroon, 100 are in measles epidemics with 4,677 cases and 18 deaths. Thus, a cause for concern. In a press release published recently, the ministry points at insufficient vaccination coverage for several years and the growing number of unvaccinated children. This is confirmed by Dr. Anya Glory Befeke at the St. John's Memorial Clinic.
The rates are increasing in the country. The age group that is mostly affected are children under 5 years. So most mothers are not aware. In a few cases, we find mothers who come to hospital for the 9 months vaccine, but sometimes those vaccines are not available in some areas. So we find more and more children over 9 months, over 2 years, who don't get the vaccine. So the disease will persist in the society. There are lots and lots of myths around the vaccination program. Some parents will tell you, oh, I will not vaccinate my child because it may render sterile. So it's about education.
Raising unvaccinated children poses a great danger to the society,
because through them, the disease gets easily spread from its mode of contamination. It's through the cough, the sneezing, and the contact.
And life of the child, since the highly contagious airborne disease from respiratory droplets is incurable.
There is no treatment for measles, but there is treatment for the symptoms like the cough, like the high fever, like the reddish eyes. There are complications that may occur which may lead to death. There is what we call the group. Group is a disease that affects the respiratory system and it hinders breathing. Sometimes when such complications arise or manifest, there you find many children losing their lives.
Measles, which is becoming viral in health districts, can be halted quickly enough.
Those campaigns should be organized more on a regular basis because we have missed children, many children who would have had this vaccine before 2 years, because this vaccine is given in 2 doses from 9 months and equally 6 months after, 1 year, 3 months, that's 15 months. So some of these children that have missed receiving this vaccine can get it like a catch-up. We call it to attraper in French. The Ministry of Public Health equally should make the treatment or drugs for these signs and symptoms in order to prevent death from occurring.
In the meantime, the Ministry of Public Health has announced a national vaccination campaign against the measles and rubella epidemics starting from June 28 to July 2nd, 2023.
The National Armed Force of Cameroon has opened its doors to the public in Douala. The rescue unit and other forces explain to the media or to the public their mission, how they operate, and the different equipment they use. Babila Jonathan zooms in on the National Gendarmerie in Douala.
Right now, I feel like David when he was dressed with the armors of the king to go and fight Goliath. You know, these things are quite heavy. All what you're seeing on me right now are called personal protective equipment used by gendarme officers, particularly in the case of riots. During riots, these equipments are used for the protection of the gendarme officer from his head right down to his toe. He is completely protected, as you can see. Even his face can be protected with the glass that you're seeing right up there. Once it is brought down, his face is protected. And then on my left hand here, you have the shield that he uses to protect himself from all kinds of adversities, including stones, sticks and other light weapons that could be thrown at him during a riot. And just in front of me here is an anti-riot car, and this anti-riot car is used by the gendarme officers during the riot situations. It is generally referred to in Cameroon as Mami Water, and this is because it is used to spray water on protesters in a bid to disperse them. And right, you can see here this vehicle that is highly protected and is used by officers during riots. And now when you look towards the other side, you have the armored car. This is an armored car that is here and is also used by gendarme officers, particularly during high insecurity situations like during the fight against terrorism and high crime, and it is used in areas where there is the risk of improvised explosive devices. That's the use of this armored car that you're seeing here, and it is used also for the protection of high authorities who visit risk zones, high insecurity zones, like crisis zones like the northwest and southwest regions of the Republic of Cameroon. And in front of me here, you have a mobile command post, and this command post is used by the hierarchy of the National Gendarmerie, and it is equipped with facilities to enable it collect information from the ground and also send out information. This mobile command post here has an audiovisual system that can be used to get images from within a certain circle and also images from all the security cameras across the national territory. And this mobile command post post is used by the hierarchy of the National Gendarmerie to be able to give command to soldiers on the ground. This is what this mobile command post is used for by the National Gendarmerie. And of course, on the other side, you can see a lot of weapons that are there that are used during the fight against terrorism and high crime by the National Gendarmerie. Reporting from Bonanjo, in Cameroon's economic capital, Douala, at the open door days of the National Armed Forces of the Republic of Cameroon, we are Innocent Abega and Babla Jonathan.
Thank you, Babla Jonathan, for helping us to have a knowledge of an insight of how it looks like at the National Gendarmerie here in Douala. And what is the mission of the National Gendarmerie? He put this question before to the Colonel Aimé Bikele, Littoral Gendarmerie Legion Commander, and also talked to some civilian who came to the Bonanja event to know about the National Gendarmerie in Douala. Take a listen to them.
We're going to get to know more about the missions of the National Gendarmerie from a high-ranking officer of the National Gendarmerie. He is Colonel Pierre-Aimé Bikele, commander of the Littoral Gendarmerie Legion. Colonel, welcome.
Thank you.
What are the missions of the National Gendarmerie?
Yes, I was saying that the missions of the National Gendarmerie are known. Everybody knows that Gendarmerie is there to the protection of persons and goods. So we have, as you saw in this stand, some of 5, let's say, operational functions. First of all, we have to fight against criminality and terrorism. Is one of the missions of Gendarmerie. Secondly, you have the territorial gendarmerie, which is basically brigades and companies, judicial police, administrative police, military police is our missions. You have mobile gendarmerie with the mission of protection of sensitive areas and the crowd control, as we can say, maintain of order. Next, we had the security, the route security. So Gendarmerie is there to prevent accident, but also to punish some of the travelers who are not observing rules of circulation.
What are some of the challenges of a gendarme officer, especially in things like what we have in the northwest and southwest regions of the country, the guerrilla warfare situation, like what we have even in the far north? What are some of the challenges, even in normal situations like here in Douala and so on?
The great and the big challenge for us is to have information, intelligence. We need to be informed before in order to take advantage on those bandits. So if Gendarmerie can have on time intelligence, information, we can be more efficient in our actions, I think.
That was Colonel Pierre-Aimé Bikele. He's the commander of the Littoral Gendarmerie Legion, explaining to us that the missions of the National Gendarmerie. Let's talk to a visitor who has come to discover not only the National Gendarmerie but the National Armed Forces here in Bonanjo, in Douala, during the open door days of the National Armed Forces. Hello, madame.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
What's your name?
Moi, c'est Madame Kayo Marie, alias Maman Lion, la mère des lions indomptables du Cameroun. Donc, je suis là aujourd'hui pour apprécier déjà la foi de l'unité, que c'est cette foi qui prouve que nous vivons vraiment ensemble, qu'il y a la sécurité dans notre pays, que nos armées vraiment nous protègent et mènent des efforts nuit et jour pour la protection de notre pays.
How do you feel putting on the military equipment?
Vraiment, je suis très fière de porter cet vêtement militaire parce que j'ai aimé le corps, mais je ne peux pas tout faire à la fois, mais j'apprécie déjà ce qu'ils font, je les encourage, je les supporte.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is how we saw it on today's edition of the Midday Bilingual Newscast on Équinoxe Television. Thanks so much for watching. We leave you in the company of more interesting programs. Do have a beautiful day. Kistimambana, bonne journée à vous.
Do have a blissful day, Shimala Glory. Madame, monsieur, c'est la fin de ce journal. Merci de votre fidélité. Restez en compagnie de nos programmes les meilleurs.